So we're going to start off with Nope. This was written and directed by Jordan Peele. Cast includes Daniel Acuya, Kiki Palmer, Brandon Pereira and Stephen Young. So Arnold, what did you think of Nope?
I thought it was an okay film.
Very good.
I had the we went to see it in cinemas, and we had the unfortunate situation regarding the sound system. So when we were watching the film, we couldn't quite make out most of the dialogue, but we had a good sense of what was really going on in the film. But I did have a great time. What about you, Tom?
I liked it as well. Yeah, I think it was probably the cinema where like the sound wasn't as good as it probably could have been. But
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I've watched the other two Jordan Peele films that he's wrote and directed, which is Get Out and Us. I think this is closer in terms of quality to Get Out. Have you seen Get Out?
I've never. This is my first Jordan Peele film.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele has a very good way of being very sort of visual and not really telling you not so much not telling what's going on, but not tell you what's really going on.
Yeah.
Because we spoke about this when we watched the film, but I do think this is about sort of animal cruelty.
Yeah.
And maybe sort of like using animals for entertainment and sort of the unpredictableness of using animals as entertainment.
And what goes on set in that, yeah.
Because, we're going to spoil this, but the film, the basic plot of the film is we have Daniel Acuya's character, who's a horse wrangler for films and TV. One day, his father gets killed from a bunch of stuff falling from the sky. Doesn't know what's going on. It turns out it's an alien.
You think it's a spaceship, but it's actually an alien.
Yeah. And I like the way the film sort of starts off as like the only reason they want to see the alien is to make money. They just want to they want to get a picture of it and sell it off, and it'll be the most genuine UFO footage that they'll ever be, which is quite good.
Yeah, I liked that whole bit because it reminds me heavily of a Steven Spielberg film. What's it called now?
Close Encounters.
Yes.
I
I don't think we get many films like that nowadays, where it's sort of like, it's kind of like an adventure film. It's like, you know, it's got a nice sort of feel to it, you know.
It's got that very it does have.
It's like old Hollywood sort of, you know.
It's like I could imagine watching this when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and like it would be like one of those, and I hope in the future it is one of those.
Yeah,
because I think I reckon it's a mixture of Close Encounters and Jaws. Because you know you have the sort of monster. Really good music as well. But the reason why I do think it's about sort of animal cruelty and stuff like that is because we keep seeing this sort of incident that happened with Stephen Young's character, where he used to be on a sitcom which had a monkey, and one day the monkey loses its mind or whatever, or it gets spooked and it attacks the cast, apart from Stephen Young.
I'm assuming due to bad mistreatment behind the scenes, how it was, looked after, and
And I think that can also be said about the creature, because spoilers, it's not actually a UFO; it's actually an alien. Like it's not a ship; it's an actual the ship is an alien.
And the fact they're using it to expose it, like you said, and also at the very start of the film, it's like there's still the same attitudes still prevailing in terms of how they treat animals on set. And it's like the way they sort of like, let's just get rid of the horse, we'll just use like a fake prop horse and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're indispensable.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And I think Daniel Acuya's character, I keep saying that name wrong.
It's Kaluuya?
Daniel.
Sorry, Daniel.
Yeah, let's just call him Daniel from now on. What was his name in the film? OJ.
Yeah.
But OJ, he seems to have respect for animals.
Yes.
Because there's a scene really early on in the film where, like you've just mentioned, they're at a thing, and no one's respecting the horse. No one's respecting it.
They're treating it like as if it's a prop.
And like the guy keeps saying maybe he needs a break, and the director or whatever's like, no, we need to do this scene. Are you ready? Are you ready?
And
Let's
there's
get
that one
going.
that holds the mirror ball thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's some kind of like,
and obviously it spooks the horse, and it
causes an accident.
It causes tension.
And it's like they sort of, the way they react to that is like they don't blame the actors for being too
inconsiderate.
Yeah, they just blame the horse and they just get rid of it. And another thing as well, it's like Stephen Young's character at one point in the film, he tries to sort of profit off this alien. By I don't know if they're gonna feed. Well, I think they are gonna feed the horse to the alien, but the alien pops up early and it basically abducts all of them and eats them all. And it's like, it's almost in a way how like he went through that incident with the monkey, Geordie, but he's kind of doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And like the alien itself, like maybe the reason why this alien feels so antagonistic and like an enemy of the villain of the film is because maybe the alien's just doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah,
It just wants to eat, and it needs to eat and all that stuff. And maybe that's why the alien does seem like that. It's kind of like a Star Trek thing.
You can't argue
know what
with
I mean?
its nature. It needs to survive. It's just what it's conditioned.
Yeah. It's like it's not, because I'm guessing the alien comes from space, and like it's not in its environment,
natural surroundings.
Yeah, and that's why it's sort of like, to the characters, it's lashing out.
Yeah.
Really good.
If anything, the alien's more scared of us than vice versa.
That can be can be what's said.
And if anything, it's probably just defending itself. That's all it is.
There's some really good sort of horror moments which I liked. One moment which has been done a lot in films, where it's like he thinks there's aliens in the barn.
Oh, yeah.
And they pop out, and like what I really liked is that there was one sort of in the background, but then there's one closer to him in the foreground which pops its head out the door. And you're like, fucking hell. And then like there was a good shot where like the camera sort of like maybe not turns, but it faces him, and there's one behind him.
Yeah.
And he punches it, and it turns out it's not actually them. It's not actually aliens. But that was a good little moment. There's a good moment where the alien is like, I'll just be clear. It looks like the alien's taking a shit, because like it's just raining blood on
the house.
On the house, but it looks fucking great because you see
it's the sound effects as well.
Yeah.
Like
the noise of the blood, and then the noise of like the metal patting and all the stuff. And it's like I just love when she's sort of looking up, and the house is just being covered in blood, and it's just
great imagery.
Shot. Yeah, and a similar one to when OJ is in his van, and the alien is like hovering above him, and he says no. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's such a mean moment as well.
Oh yeah, it's good though. Well, I think it's because like Jordan Peele, he did that sketch show with
Kale and
Key, I think his name is. I can't remember his full name. Yeah. So I think there is some good sort of moments, and I think Keke Palmer, who plays his sister in the film, I like her character. She's a bit, but I think she's a bit annoying at the start, but I think that's supposed to be who she is.
I think it's because of the dynamic between her character and her brother, because her brother's very reserved,
he's
very
more
into the animal, whereas she's the sort of face in terms of what they're trying to promote and that. And they do have a very nice, wholesome relationship. Mm-hmm. There's a bit when they do that thing when they just do this weird high-five thing, and it cracks me up, man.
This motherfucker was gonna come up here with a non-electrical camera. Let's go, boy! Yeah!
What's the certificate rating for this film? Because I thought it was going to be a lot more gorier.
I think it's a 15, maybe.
15?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this film was a lot more tame than I expected. Maybe because I hadn't watched any of his other films going into this film. So I thought, because there's some death scenes where you kind of see it off camera.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Hence why I think, as I sort of compare it to Close Encounters, it's one of those films where, the whole family can kind of watch as well, because it's got that sort of appeal.
Oh, yeah. It does feel like that Spielberg-y sort of
It's like,
way.
You could watch Jaws with your family. I mean, it's a bit,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think, just while I remember, I think the design, because the design of the alien, at first, it does look like...
a spaceship.
But then it's
sort of metallic surrounding.
Yeah, and then towards the end of the film, it's sort of like
revealed, and
it's like a big,
it's like
massive.
It's like, what's the name?
It's like an octopus. Well, like a squid or a jellyfish.
What's the name? It's like that's what's that guy's called? And he creates these weird, fantastical creatures. I wonder if that was like a massive influence. What's his name now? Not H.G. Wells.
Oh, Lovecraft.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking
about?
It's like
a Lovecraftian sort of creature, which I thought the design was really well made.
I just love the sort of as well, because
the grand epic scale of it all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And,
it's like,
And there's the way they sort of kind of tell you the ending of the film at the beginning, because there's like Stephen Young's character has like his own little sort of old timey historical theme park or whatever, set in like the old west and whatever, and they have this like machine where like you can look down a well and it takes your photo. And like at the beginning of the film, Keke Palmer's character accidentally photobombs like a bunch of people, and then later in the film, if you want to sort of tie it together, the alien photobombs a picture of that. Like, and I love the way they sort of set that up. I'm sure on rewatches of this film there'll be a lot more.
For sure.
To notice and stuff like that.
They picked a great location. Like the ranch looks fantastic, and cinematography in general looks phenomenal. Going from memory and that, it's very good.
I watched Get Out sort of. I think I watched Get Out when it first come on streaming or something like that, or I might have cheekily pirated it. But and then I watched Us in cinema, and we watched this in cinema. I really sort of want to make it a thing where
a tradition.
The next film. I really want to keep up to date with Jordan Peele's filmography and stuff like that. But anything else about Nope?
All I can say is it's a fun movie, and I want to go see it again, but preferably I can understand what people are saying this time.
Yeah. Nothing against the cinema, I'm sure.
No.
They might have had a bad time, but like, you know, that's just how we viewed it. But yeah, that was Nope. On to the next one.